Alright, so I'm waiting for my phone to charge so I can record this video, but in the meantime, I'm going to jump into Neos for a little bit and um, maybe explore some different worlds I haven't seen. Um, the next video, by the way, is going to be on the topic of it's still around community, but it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be looking at UX, UI, and documentation and how that can play a role in community. Um, but I don't want to give it all away, so look out for that coming hopefully today, maybe by tomorrow. Um, but yeah, let's check out Neos because it's been a while. Also, I'm thinking about uh, updating this stream layout so that when I do occasionally jump on, it'll have the logo of the app I'm going to get into. So, but I'll do that at a later date. Um, so let's see. Okay, I'm all good to go there. Just bear with me one moment. Okay. Just want to make sure I have everything running. You know, it's funny, I always tell myself that, that I'll have this all set up before I stream and then I don't. Also, I prefer this layout, but okay. All right, looks like we're in here. So just want to make sure I have the right capture. Okay. So the trick is with this is because I'm using QuestLink, I have to always keep in mind how I want to mirror the stream from whether it's from Steam itself or from the Oculus Quest. So in this case, um, I thought I was launching it from Steam. Let me just double check here. But I guess it's not the case. Yeah, oh no, wait, it says Neos is playing. I've always found QuestLink to be a little bit confusing. Okay, so I've got it on Steam. It's working here. Let's check one thing. Okay. There we go. All right. I promise I'll sort these things out ahead of time in the future. Anyway, I'm in Neos, and this is a perfect time to get into it. So for the video that I'm planning, um, part of the topic is with UI, UX, and documentation, and a lot of that also, you could call it onboarding, but I think I might make a separate video about onboarding. But in this case, there are a lot of VR, AR apps out there, and they all handle documentation differently. Um, and there's even two different types of documentation that I want to kind of talk about. So um, in the video, I'll go over this in depth, but there's the documentation you might have outside of the app itself. So you might have, oops, let me change it to this one. You might have it to, you might have your documentation like on a website or something like that, or in some kind of Google Doc, or you might have it in the app itself. So in this case, you can see this is more so onboarding, but some apps will have like video tutorials and things like that. It's been a long time since I've been into Neos, but I do remember that there was some kind of like a tutorial world. Here we go. Tooltip tutorials. So let's just check this out. Okay, double click. I'm double clicking, but it's not doing anything. Okay. So what a lot of social VR worlds tend to do is they'll have some kind of zone where there's instructions for new users, and again, this could be called onboarding as well. Um, I do enjoy when it is, taking advantage of the fact that this is a 3D space, a virtual space, and therefore you're not looking at just a JPEG or a PNG placed in here, and you've got like full 3D model, so you can, if you have this controller, you can look at it. And in this case, they've got several different controllers. So if you're a new user, there's no question about what button does what. This is part of another topic, which is the onboarding one, but I think it's important to have tutorials and things like that in your platform, application, app, what have you. If you have documentation of some other sort, that's great. I think that's like the bare minimum you can do. But if you have some sort of tutorial set up or templates, that's even better. So let's just check out this new to Neos session here. So the one thing about Neos that I always forget is how to use there's like some kind of, there we go. There's some nuances to the UI, and it's almost like best explained in person. Now, for some reason, I can't click on this. I wonder why. Am I already in here? No. Strange. Avatar templates, handy components. Alright, let me pretend I'm a new user, like I am. Got the grab, controller menu, primary action, which is the trigger button, and secondary action, which is the Okay. Maybe that's some sort of glitch or something. Oh, wait a minute. Let's take a look at the training center here. Okay. So this I haven't seen before. I do like that these menus follow you. That's pretty cool. I didn't expect that. Okay. So again, I would consider this part of onboarding, but um, if you take your documentation and turn it into an interactive experience, then you're kind of getting, you're hitting both marks, onboarding and documentation slash support, which I think is really good. Now, for most projects, most apps, this might not be the best approach, only because you can tell a lot of time went into making this, and if your project is constantly evolving, then you would have to remake this each time to reflect the content that your app now has, right? Um, so if you're doing it in a modular sense, then that's probably, um, why not? But if you don't have the time to build that out, then maybe a more traditional thing might be better. All right, so double press with the pointer using the belt menu, which I remember the shortcut was to put my hand back there, press the B button. Okay. So this kind of looks like these, so obviously there's a work in progress here. The intro one, I like how this is, you can, it's visually letting you know that they're working on it. That's pretty cool. Let's look at the art. The animations here are really impressive. I feel like you got to give it to Neos for making this onboarding as interactive as possible, right? So that stuttering there, I think that might be part of the quest link. Trying to use Steam, Oculus, and everything together. So I'm going to actually change this so I can fly. Oops. Okay. Protect and attack. So from what I understand, these objects, these art pieces, were made using the in-game these in-game objects here. So a lot of like the hull brush that you'd be familiar with in Tilt Brush, that's how these are made. Linear beam rifle. And it's pretty impressive because the shaders and the geometry have both been created within the virtual world as opposed to having to make this and then importing it in. From what I understand, you could probably also add logic to this and program it so that it worked in some capacity. Got a snail. A ship. And I like how they have, it looks like they have here the material that was used to create each of these objects, which is pretty neat. So if anyone watching this knows how to adjust the quest link sensitivity of the thumbsticks, please let me know, because it's been a constant nightmare for most video recording. Now here's an example with an object and some scripting. And if I knew enough about this, I'm sure I could open up a panel and take a look at the scripting, because that's one of the great things about Neos, is that you have a node-based visual scripting system that you can link up and other people can see, and then you can make stuff like this happen. So we've got pancakes, butterfly, room for some more art. That's great. Wonder. Oh, okay. Each of these has a light on there. Now, I hope that this resets and that by me moving these things, I'm not like destroying this gallery setup. I feel pretty bad if that was the case. Got Sputnik. It looks like when I'm talking, there must be something above my head because I can see this shininess reflected. It's got a magnifying glass. Oops. So it actually works too. That's really impressive. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Neos that I haven't seen in any other social world so far. VR social world. An umbrella. Plasma ball. That actually works. Wow. Okay. A heavy rifle. Cogs. Wooden chair. Timepiece. Wow, so here we have an animation, and I can't tell if this is like a GIF that's playing here, or it could be anything. The thing about Neos is that they allow a lot of different file types to be imported, so this could even be a video probably, or I don't know. This GIFs are not transparent. This looks like it's looks like it's sitting above this wooden layer here. So maybe it's some kind of SVG animation or something. I don't know. Very cool. We've got a palm tree. There's no material attached to it, so I'm not sure how it was made, if it was made in-game or brought in, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was made in-world. We've got like a spinning thing here. I think this might be Fruxius. Some fan art. Here we've got an animated material, animated shader. Here we've got some 2D artwork. So this could probably even be derived from a vector, like Illustrator file or something like that. I'll have to ask if I see someone. There's another one. Some more here. Yeah, these are pretty intricate. I'd be surprised if these were made in VR as opposed to brought in as images. Okay, and then here, I'm not exactly sure what this is, but let's see. Looks like it's an instrument of some sort. Let me try to pull up the sound here. actually, let's see, can anyone hear? Okay, looks like there's some desktop audio going on. I actually played with something in real life that at Meow Wolf that was like a laser harp. I think that's what this is. Very cool. And this looks like a camera. Oh wow, a camera that I can actually change. I've never seen one this interactive before, where I can rotate the zoom here. Wow. Let's do it this way. Whoa, this even opens up. Does it flip? No, it doesn't flip. That's okay. .360, 4K, 1K, 8K. Wow, I think they really have done something here. Oops. I think this is a different level of interactivity that I haven't seen in other. Like I'm literally holding the camera and zooming in like as if it were a real camera. And I can feel the vibration from turning this dial here. That's really impressive. Here we have, okay, so maybe this is how that 2D artwork was created. Okay, so maybe I have to grab these two. So to equip it, I think I have to put it here, right? Click. Okay, maybe I have to, well, there we go, okay. So delete it. Oops. So I obviously have to go back and like do the tutorial for this. But let's see if I can get, there we go. Oops. All right, I don't know really what I'm drawing here, but wow, and there's like layers too. That's incredible. I'm gonna do my best to clean up while I'm in here. Okay, so it says double press to release. I'll put this back up there. I'm curious about this one. Double press to equip. Rotate. Held items pull towards you to equip. Oh, okay. See, I really appreciate when there is proper labeling in a user interface. The only thing is this, the radial menu takes a little bit getting used to for me. I change it to a different color. Okay. Huh. Anyway, let's say I wanted to export this. What does this look like when it's exported? Grabbable, export. Oh, there it is. Wow. I could get used to that. I could really, oh, there's another one. Well, wait a minute. Oh, I see. So there's a bit of there's something going on here. I wonder what happened if I grab this. Aha. So that must be how the other ones were created. Um, that's kind of a cool way to do it. So if you wanted a 2D like JPEG or something, okay, and I want to undo. Maybe it's easier in this hand. Yeah. Huh. The only thing I don't see here is like a clear all button. Oops. Maybe that. Okay. And then here, so they're going above and beyond what most apps or social worlds I think probably do with their tutorials. I've seen in VR chat some tutorial worlds where you just have JPEGs plastered on the walls, and it's not the best experience, but it gets the job done, I guess. Here it's something completely different. Wow. Curious if this is here to draw on or what? Oh, it is. Oh, so this is, wow. If you want to make, so this is the first time I've seen this, a VR world where if you wanted to make um, 2D art or something on just like one axis, you could. Okay, so it looks like this is still there. Um, I'm gonna delete this here. And then if I wanted these, I could just grab them. Let's see. I'm gonna have to ask the one how you can grab like multiple shapes. So it looks like I can undo, I can duplicate, delete. But I don't see anything for grouping. But I mean, this is honestly, this is some of the coolest things I've seen for artists. I'm really impressed by this. I think this is the way I came in. Nope. What's this? Oh, it's the banana. Wow. Folks at Neos really have a good sense of humor. Um, so I guess I have to go back. Worlds Training Center. That'd be my one thing, is let people know how to get back. Let me see if I can remember how to wear an avatar. Oh wait, am I not logged in? Is that what's going on here? That might be what's going on. Yeah, I'm not logged in. No wonder I don't have an avatar. Okay, maybe next time I'll log in. Red username, patrons. So okay, I might become a Patreon member after this. Streaming, let's see what's going on here. Nothing. Maybe it's only active when streaming's going on. Avatars. Okay, looks like it's still being built up. I mean, honestly, I kind of dig this. It reminds me of Phantasy Star Online, if anyone's ever played that, in terms of the art style, the ambient music. This is kind of wild. The fact that I'm outside of this world now, and wait, I'm confused. Huh. There's something there with the texture. Okay. Um, what else can we do here? Oops. Archery. Take a break here for a sec. Okay. Whoa, is this? Whoops. I still like how this menu has followed me. across all of my jumping around. Now, the thing about Neos is I seem to be loading these worlds rather quickly, and I don't know if that's because of the way that um, the architecture of their platform is built compared to something like VR chat. It just seems really snappy. This looks like it might be the music player. Okay, can I actually grab one of these? There must be a way. Huh. Maybe I have to be standing. No. Interesting. I'm sure there's a way this works. Otherwise, maybe someone's still working on it, but oh, I forgot you could climb things in DS. I'll have to ask someone. Tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log in so I can have my avatar so that I can maybe find some friends and figure out how to get some of this stuff going. Just give me 1 sec here. Oops. Let's make sure to change screen here. Okay. Log in. Oh my gosh, the sensitivity for these mice, for this Quest controller is out of this world. But I mean, I have no. My only alternative is using the Vive controller, and that's an even like worse experience. So um, make sure. Okay, make sure I'm not broadcasting my password here. Okay, success. I'm going to have to switch avatars here before I continue. Because my avatar is a little bit messed up. So I'm going to show you what my avatar looks like. This is something that I made when I was using high fidelity. It's kind of a mess. I'm still working to fix it, but it's never looked cooler than it has in Neos. So I'm going to switch over, and immediately there's a problem because the way that I created the way that I rigged it, some of these meshes here they get in the way because of the weight painting, and so the camera is sort of interfering. It's kind of getting in my field of vision. So what I'm going to do, I just love how you can grab the avatar and move it around like that. I'm going to double click. I think that's how you do it. Double click to get into the avatar, if I remember. Right now I'm wearing this one here. Okay, it says equip avatar. Wow, I can even turn it around. Okay, now I'm wearing it. You can see that this thing in front of me is still blue, and so that's the problem. Is um, these pieces here are kind of in my face. I'm gonna switch to a different one because of that. Let's see where it loaded. Okay. So this one I have to fix. Oh no, wait, that's the one. That one I have to fix as well. It's from Jet Set Radio Future. You can see the materials look a little bit washed out. Um, and the snout here is in the way a little bit. Maybe there's some other one I can wear in the meantime. Let's try this one. Okay. All right. I like this. Let's see. Here's the rigging on this. The model was not made to be a biped, so you can see that the rigging's a little bit wonky. But personally, I actually like when avatars are not perfect. I like having imperfection in them. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the ones I don't need here. I mean, I appreciate well-crafted avatars, of course, but I'm a fan of the ones that look a bit janky. This one's kind of cool. Oh, wow. So you can be... Wait, I'm confused. Is this an avatar, or is this a bunch of fish? I might have to explore this. If there's a way to do particle systems as avatars, that might be my next project. Anyway, I don't have any worlds currently. I don't have any groups. 1 gig of cloud space is pretty generous. Let's see. I'll just go to the hub. See who's online right now. Okay. So if you are using Neos, feel free to add me because I don't have that many friends in here yet. Okay, so these are settings. Whoa, what's going on here? All right, so maybe something's going on with this particular avatar. So let's switch to another one. Okay, I seem to be having trouble with the hand tracking here. I don't know what's going on. Strange. It's like my the UI for the buttons has disappeared. Let me try leaving and coming back in, maybe. There we go. Okay, now let's go back. I hate to make a mess. Oh, good. It looks like that wasn't persistent. Okay. Oops. I'm gonna make this avatar disappear for now. I really enjoy the way the shaders look in here. Hello. Oh, nice. Got a whole see-through thing going on. This I think is great, and I think it's one of the things about Neos I love the most is that these menus and things are persistent, and that everyone can interact with them at once. This I'm not sure, but it looks like you could submit your own, and I kind of like that. There's like a tactile. I'm gonna place my creation here, and maybe it shows up in the directory. I think that's pretty cool. So we've got home. There's 4 people in home. JD Green. Okay. Oops. Curious what this is here. Nothing. Okay. Decoration. Not sure why I keep having these issues with clipping. that's why.
Yeah, $500.
So I think I probably have to set this avatar.
Yeah, $500 US. You know, that's what it would cost. Yeah, possibly, possibly. I, li I live in Canada, so it's more expensive where I live as well.
Let's see. I forgot how to do
Yeah,
this.
because they're
Neos
really far away.
Essentials,
They're in the middle of
avatars.
nowhere, so
I have this rabbit, and
yeah,
is it the lightning?
yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain. I'm sure it's not. It's not good. It yeah, it makes it hard to enjoy things like this,
Heart.
electronics, because it's very expensive. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, what
Okay.
what processor do you have? What kind of graphics card do you have? Okay. Okay, that's not so bad. Yeah, it can run this. Yeah, I mean, you could get better, but this is fine. This is fine. It'll work. It'll work. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me change the settings here.
Right. Yeah. I think you start with what you have, see if it works.
Okay. So
1060 is
I think this might be best. So the cool thing about Neos is that with the audio, you can have like a bubble, and this way, if you're having like a private conversation, um, you can you can change um, whether or not you can hear everyone else. And that's something maybe I'll ask them about is with regards to streaming and privacy, um, is there an option where you can either let people know that you're streaming so that they're aware that they might want to like mute you or do something like that, or um, how they handle within their community issues like that. So let's just check out one more world before I take a break here. I guess I can turn off this whisper.
motherboard and CPU. You don't want that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Let's check this one out.
They would. They would not. You can't even. You can't even put. You can't really put
Yeah, let's check out that Pokemon world.
Pokemon on a motherboard without thermal paste. You're not supposed to. I've never heard anybody actually doing that. Putting the usually there's thermal paste on the CPU. It comes with the CPU. In the
So yeah, again, this loads up super quick. Oops. gonna just change to walk here. I mean, it's been a while since I played Pokemon or anything, but for anyone out there that does, what do you think? Is this pretty accurate? Did this creator do a good job at making a world that's Pokemon themed? It's pretty cool. All right, I think this is a good place to take a break here. I wonder if I can spawn a camera. Let's see. What does this thing do? Oh, there we go. Public, private. Yes, essentials. Clickable. Oh, mirror. That's what I want. That's kind of cute. Um, all right, well, it's been a brief look at Neos. I'm going to try to spend some more time in here because uh, the next series of videos I want to do are going to be more so deep dives on um, virtual communities, virtual worlds, to kind of get a sense for how they're different. So whether it's this, VR chat, rec room, alt space, all that kind of stuff. I'll try to do some videos on those. Let's try to make a bigger one here. Okay, so so yeah, look out for those videos. The one I'm going to put up pretty soon is going to be about just again UI, UX, and documentation, and how that can help, um, how that relates to community, how it can help take some of the burden off of your community when it comes to uh, teaching users how to use your platform or your app, and allowing your community to focus more on the artwork and the creativity rather than being an outlet for a support team, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. It's time for me to take a break.